Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be decluttering my foundations and concealers. I decided to throw my concealers in with this just because I know this isn't going to take too long and I don't have like too many, so I'm just going to throw them in here. I don't think this video is going to be too long because I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be decluttering and what I'm going to be keeping. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get into it. So I'm just going to go down the rows, starting over here. So this is the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. I have mine in the shade 20 Classic Ivory. This is pretty new to me and I'm still kind of testing it out, but so far I do like it and I don't want to declutter it yet because like I said, I am still testing it out, so that's going to be a keep. This ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is another kind of newer foundation to my collection. I have mine in the shade Light 50, and so far I'm really liking it, so I'm going to keep that as well. My Lancome Teint Idole foundation. I am in the shade 140, and this is definitely like my go-to long wearing high coverage foundation, so I do really like this. I'm going to keep that. This is another thing that's newer to my collection. This is the Dior Backstage foundation. And I have mine in the shade 1N, and I do really like this so far. I want to keep testing it out, but so far I do really like it. So this is the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation. I have mine in the shade Porcelain, and I absolutely love this. This is definitely one of my go-to drugstore foundations, especially for full coverage. So I absolutely love this. I've definitely gone through, like, you can't really see, but I've definitely gone through some. I'm probably like halfway down. So I do absolutely love this, and I do not plan on decluttering this. And probably when I do go through this, I'm going to be getting another one. So definitely keeping that one. Okay, this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. This is the shade Light 45. This is like a harder one for me, but I think I am going to declutter it just because like I want to like this foundation. I like full coverage, but this is just like so thick and cakey on my skin, and I can't. I try to make it work. I've tried over and over, but I don't think I can make it work. So sadly, I think I'm going to be decluttering it as hard as it is. This number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This is another one. I do really like it. The shade kind of sucks. Their shade range in general kind of sucks. I really wish it matched better. I do still really love it though. It is a really nice like medium to full coverage foundation. I think this is going to be like a maybe. I think I'm going to keep it, maybe test it out one more time. But I do like it. It's just the shade range sucks. So I think I'm probably going to test this out one more time just to see if I can make it work. And then I'll decide on whether I'm going to keep it or not. If I can't make it work, then I'm going to declutter it. But I think I'm going to keep this one. Okay, next. These are my Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. This was my favorite for so long. I do absolutely really love this. I've gone through a whole one of these and I've purchased 2 more. The only thing is their shade range is a little weird. They've definitely gotten better about it, but it's definitely not the best. You can probably see this one. I've used a bit more. This one's in 00B Light and this one's in 01 Creamy Vanilla. And I think this one's still like slightly like too weird for me. This one's I think too light. Yeah, that one's way too light for me. Let's see this one. That one's definitely a bit closer, but I know it's still a little yellow. But either way, this one's definitely too light, the 00B, so I'm definitely going to be decluttering that one. I think I'm going to hold on to this one a little bit longer. Let's see if I can make that one work, because that one is a bit closer. Okay, next, this is my Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I really love this, especially for like on a lighter coverage day. Oops. This is just so nice to throw on and not have to think about. I really like this foundation. I'm definitely going to be keeping it. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I have mine in the shade Porcelain. This is probably my holy grail foundation. I've gone through 2 of these, and I will continue to love this forever, so I'm definitely not decluttering that one. This is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I have mine in the shade 705. I'm going to declutter this. I haven't tried this too much, but every time I try it, I don't know what it is. I don't think I can get it to look good on my skin. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be like full coverage, but still like healthy at the same time. I just don't know. I can't get this to work for my skin, so I'm just gonna declutter this. And I never want to reach for it. I've tried to make it work. I never want to reach for it, so I'm gonna declutter this. I know a lot of people love this, but I just don't. Next, I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have mine in the shade Nude Ivory. This is another like kind of cult favorite, I guess, that a lot of people like, and I've tried to get to work, but I just can't. I don't think this is full coverage at all. Like, I think and it usually ends up it's just looking streaky on my skin. It smells really weird, so I definitely am going to be decluttering that. Now, let's go this way. So this is the what is this called? This is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I have mine in the shade L2, and I do really like this foundation. It's not like my favorite, but I do like it, and I spent a lot of money on it, so I'm not going to be decluttering it. Next, I have my Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation, and as you can see, these were definitely well loved. And for a really full coverage foundation, especially in comparison to the Kat Von D Lock-It, this is definitely way better, and I do prefer this. However, when I got this, so first I got the shade 6.0, and when I got this, I was still fairly new to like makeup and foundation, and I definitely did not get my correct shade. I definitely thought I was way darker than I was. Like, you can see, that's just so dark for me. And I did finally realize that this was too dark for me, so then I went and got the shade 5.0, but this is still, even this, like the other day, out of curiosity, like after I got my like summer tan, I tried to make 5.0 work, and it's just like, even more it oxidizes. Like, it doesn't look that bad right now, but like, it oxidizes so much. So unfortunately, these are just unworkable anymore, so I'm definitely going to be decluttering these. This is my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation. I do really like this. It's a little light for me right now, at least, but I know it'll work for me in the winter, and I do really like it. It looks really pretty on my skin, and I've actually gone through a full one of these like a long time ago. It was one of my first foundations, and this is a repurchase, so I am going to be keeping this. Next, I have two of the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition. So definitely going to be keeping this white one. I use this when I want to lighten foundations. So definitely going to be keeping this one. This one was okay. I just don't reach for it that much. I think I'm going to declutter it. I just don't reach for it that much. And I definitely have a lot more that I prefer over this. Next is my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I have mine in the shade Nude L3, and I do really like this, especially for like it's like a medium coverage foundation. This is a really nice everyday foundation. I do really like it. If you can't tell, I really like dewy foundations. This is the e.l.f. BB cream, and this is awful. It's just flat awful. I got this not too long ago, and I tried it once, maybe twice, and it just looks awful. I took it off immediately. So this is without a doubt decluttering. Next, I have the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. I have mine in the shade 120, and even though it's matte and I have dry skin, I absolutely love this. My skin always looks really good with this, and I know I can count on it, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Next, I have another foundation, my number 7. This is the Lift and Illuminate Foundation. So this has the same shade range as this one, but I got mine a different shade for this one, and this one matches me a bit better. So maybe I'll actually have to get this one in the shade. This is in the shade Cold Beige, and this one is Warm Ivory. So even though I picked Warm Ivory because I have a warm undertone, but I might have to go with Cold Beige just because even though the undertone isn't exactly perfect as far as like shade spectrum, light versus dark, this one matches me a little bit better. This one's just a little bit dark, but I'm definitely going to be keeping this though. I absolutely love this. It makes my skin look so dewy and glowy, and I absolutely love this. Alright, last few. Let's pull these up. This is the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Matte Foundation, or sorry, Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation, and I really like this. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, so I'm going to keep this. I do really like this. Next, I have the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup. This is their Healthy Glow Foundation. I have mine in the shade 10. Shade range on this is definitely horrible. They literally only have like 4 shades. Luckily, this shade actually matches me pretty freaking well, but they definitely should expand on this because this is their lightest shade, I believe, and I definitely know there are girls way paler than me, but I do really like it despite that. I tried it out and it just looks so nice on the skin, so I'm going to be keeping that. Last two I have, these are my only stick foundations. I have the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Stick Foundation. I was trying to get into stick foundations, which is why I got these two. This just looked cakey on my skin, and I didn't like it, so I'm definitely going to be decluttering that. And this is the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. There's not really any other name for it. I'm in the shade F4, and I think I do really like this. I'm still kind of testing it out, but so far I do really like it. And for a stick foundation, like I said, a lot of stick foundations I try are just way too cakey, and this is definitely not. So I think I'm going to keep it just to have a stick foundation. And that's all of my foundations. Now I'm just going to go through my concealers real quick. Okay, now getting into my concealers. I know this won't be too hard. I don't have too many concealers, but let's just go ahead and dive right in. First thing, I have this Model's Own Covered Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Medium. They don't have the best selection on this. The lightest shade was a little bit too weird, and this is like, it's okay. Like, it's not too dark for me, but also this is like an insanely, like, it's really thick, but then like kind of also like sticky. It's just like a weird consistency, and I don't like it. So I'm going to be decluttering that. Next I have my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. As you can see, I really love this. Definitely not decluttering. I absolutely love this. This is the Ulta Beauty, what is this called? This is their full coverage liquid concealer. It's waterproof. I have mine in the shade Light Warm. The shade is like kind of okay for me. I don't mind the yellowness because it brightens my under eye, but this is just kind of a weird texture. It's a little moussey and thick, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this, so I'm gonna be decluttering this. Next I have this. What is this? The Revlon Photo Ready Color Corrector Pen. This is my only like actual like peach color corrector, so I do want to keep it just because, like I said, it's my only one. It's not like overly peach, so it's kind of perfect for my skin tone, so I do want to keep this. Next I have my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm almost done with this. I'm like down to here. I really want to use this up, and it is a really good concealer, and I could see myself repurchasing this if I like run out of a couple of my other concealers. But I'm not going to repurchase it when I do run out of this, because I do have a few others I need to use up. But I do really like this, and I want to use it up. So I'm going to be keeping this. Next I have this Flower Beauty Full Coverage Concealer. Their Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I do really like this. This is a good drugstore option. I think for a drugstore, I like my Maybelline one a bit more, but this is pretty close to it. I do like it, so I'm going to keep that. Next is this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This shade, like, I honestly can't speak for the concealer itself because this shade is just, it's honestly too dark for me. Let's watch it. It's just, I mean, it's not like too dark, but it's not enough to brighten my under eye. And I honestly only got this shade just because when I went to get it, they were sold out of like my correct shade, so I just got this to want to try it, but I can't like give a full like opinion on this concealer because the shade is not right for me. So I'm gonna be decluttering this. Maybe in the future I might pick up my correct shade and test it out. I don't know, but I'm gonna be getting rid of that. Next, I have my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I do really like this. It is like super full coverage, and I do tend to like more lightweight concealers. But sometimes when I want, because this is pretty light for me, sometimes when I want a little bit extra brightness, or I just want my concealer to like be super full coverage and last all day, I will reach for this. So I do want to keep it for that reason. Ooh, I have another ColourPop No Filter concealer. This is in their white shade. I do want to keep this just for like kind of mixing and whatnot. I'm gonna keep that. I have my Tarte Shape Tape. This isn't my like absolute favorite concealer, but I do like it. So I'm gonna keep that. Next I have my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and this is my absolute favorite. This is my correct shade. This is light warm, so definitely gonna be keeping that. This shade though, it's just a little, even though it's light and neutral, it leans a bit dark, and it's kind of weird. Yeah, you can see like compared to the other ones, it just leans a little bit dark. Even I'll swatch it next to light warm. Like, yeah, you can even see it compared to light warm. It's just a bit darker. So I think I am going to declutter it, which is sad because I do absolutely love this concealer, but I'm just always going to reach for the shade over this one. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm probably not going to use it in time before it goes bad. I had this mini of the NARS, what is this called? I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's the NARS concealer. I have mine in the shade Vanilla. I just got it as a mini to try, and I do like it, and I don't think it would take me too long to use this up. So I think I'm going to use it up. It's okay. I don't think it really lived up to the hype it used to get, but it's still a pretty good concealer, so I'm going to keep it. Next I have this. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's the Dr. Brandt Needles No More. It's kind of like an, I guess it's an eye cream. Yeah, it's an eye depuffing gel, but I like to put it on right before I put on my concealer, like when I'm getting ready in the morning. I just kind of throw it in here to go with the concealers. It comes out kind of like this weird, it's kind of like a peachy tone. Yeah, it comes out like a peachy tone, but it blends in, like you don't see it. And it gives a really nice like cooling effect in the under eye, which I think helps like depuff it. And so I'm really enjoying this. I'm gonna keep this. This is the NYX HD concealer. It's in the green shade. This is the only green concealer I have, so I'm gonna keep it for that. And then I have this Wet n Wild highlighting and concealing pen.